Hey, what's up, guys? Trevor James here, and I'm here with my buddy Lee from Team Scoopface, and he's showing you guys his new deck profile. That's a pretty insane deck. So, Lee, if you want to go ahead and go through it.
Yeah, it's Artifact, Windwitch, Invoked. It's a pretty common deck played, or not really so much anymore. I still like the deck though. It's really fun. It's super consistent. I'll go with the main deck first, then we'll go into the side and extra. I'm still this deck technically is still set up for the June 22nd ban list, but honestly there wouldn't be really much anything that would change from this ban list up into the June 22nd, or I think it's 12th, right? June 12th ban list.
June 12th,
so,
yeah.
Anyway, let's get through it. First of all, 3 Alistair. Obviously, you're playing Invoked. You have to play 3. It's the only Invoked monster, or effect monster at least. And then for the Wind Witches, 3 Glass Bell, 3 Ice Bell, 2 Glass Bell, and then 1 Snow Bell. I like the second one a lot. Some people like only playing 1, but the second one comes up. If you just open this, if you hard draw it, you can just normal it, search your Ice Bell so you can have it for your next turn, and then you have another one in the deck to make your Crystal Wing play if you don't have it already. So it's pretty good. And then for the artifacts, I like playing 2 Scythe and 1 Moral Tech. Moral Tech's too good right now because True Dracos, you can just destroy the field spell or get rid of anything that's like a problem. So I still like it, and you can recycle it with Call. I play Call as well, so we'll get to that. For the hand traps, 2 Ghost Ogre, 1 Maxi. Maxi is just too good not to play even at 1. Ghost Ogres, if I had, there would definitely be things I would change if I had. What's the
Ghost Ash?
Ghost Ash, yeah. If I had Ghost Ash, I would definitely be playing 2 of it and siding a 3rd, but I'm not rich. Best card in the deck, I think. 3 Wonder Wand. This card's the nuts. I mean, with Alistair, it's just literally it's a +2, and you get your Alistair engraved, and you're gonna get a free fusion basically. So it's too good not to play. Some people play 2, and if they're playing 2, you're a horrible player. You should not. You should just not. You need to play 3, absolutely.
Yeah,
and you can still use it on your if you hard draw like any of like the dead draw Wind Witches like these 2, you can just normal it. You just get a search, Wonder Wand it away, and you go +2. Like it's still really good. So, gotta play it. And then 3 Meltdown, the field spell to get your searches, and 2 Terraformings to go with it. I didn't like the 3rd. The 3rd was cloggy. Once you get to the first Meltdown, you don't really need any more because you're just gonna keep cycling your Alistair. So
you don't really need any other searches to get that?
you don't really need any other searches, and everything in this deck searches, so like it's super consistent. 2 Invocation. The second one, comes up sometimes. People are still main decking DD Crow and Ghost Ash, so
Ghost Ash is going to be a problem, especially in this next new format.
Yeah, exactly. So the second Invocation definitely comes up. I just hate drawing this card. Like, this is probably the biggest dead draw in the entire deck. I hate drawing it. You always want to search it off Alistair. And then Twin Twisters. I thought about main decking Cosmic Cyclone, but I still like Twin Twisters because you never know what you're going to see in your first game. So I think this is still the better choice as of right now. And then One Regeki because you need board wipes. And then onto the traps. We play 3 Artifact Sanctum. Just basically your whole goal in this deck is just to go first, make a nice board, and then stop your opponent from going off the next turn. So you make like a Crystal Wing and a Raijin and sit on it, and then with a Scythe, like they're not going to be able to summon from their extra deck, and you're just going to kill them next turn. And then to recycle the Sanctums, I played 2 Call the Haunted. I love this card. It's coming handy for sure. So, and you can make some pretty cool little synchro plays with it too, with your Ghost Ogres engraved and stuff.
I think that's one of your favorite techs that you play in almost every deck.
It's really funny. I love this card.
It's one of your
favorite I don't know why it is either. Like it always seems to pop up in some decks.
It's a really good card.
It's still a really good card.
Especially in some specific decks because the combos that you can pull off of it
are definitely
incredible.
I mean, this isn't really a combo heavy deck. I mean, there are some cool combos you can do, but in general, it's not really anything you do too nutty with it. But it does facilitate some cool plays. 2D barrier. I have a love-hate relationship with this card, but it's still a good card. I think it's necessary, but it's usually auto side out True Drake against True Draco and some other stuff, but still a good card. And then the Solemn Brigade, 3 strikes and a warning. I mean, self-explanatory. Not much to explain there. And then
So much negation.
yeah, and the Storming Mirror Force. I love this card. It's really good. And then that's it for the main deck. It's 40 cards.
No, why the storming instead of the quaking?
I just like Storming better because I just like them losing everything on the board. Like they're still gonna have a big wall. Like if you quaking them, they're gonna have a big wall. Granted, they can't flip anything, but you're still gonna have to plow through it.
Yeah.
And you only summon like 1 or 2 monsters at a time. So
Yeah.
I mean, if I were playing Metal Foe or anything like that, I would probably play the quaking over the Storming. But yeah. Anyway, on to the extra deck. You know, my Akuma token as always. I love this guy.
Free time.
Yeah, every time. And then 3 Raijin. You make this one the most. 3 is absolutely necessary. It always comes up almost if you're in a grind game. Yeah, good card. And you can make rank 5 plays with it. It comes up a lot. Like you can call the Haunted back, summon another one, and if you really need it, you can like. I'll show you. It's good.
Oh yeah,
just believe me.
Once it's successfully summoned, you can just call the Haunted it back.
Yeah, exactly.
It
Yeah.
makes sense. No,
Yeah.
you can definitely probably get some pretty cool rank 5s out of that.
Yeah, definitely. 2 Macabre. You summon a lot actually because your Ghost Ogre, your artifacts, even in like if people try and Ghost Ogre you like on your first turn or something like that, like you can still manage to make it. So it's a good card. I hate this card. I would cut it in a heartbeat. It's absolutely awful. The only reason you play this card is just for like the super brick situations where you open like double Alistair and you cannot make anything else except him. But he's awful. Don't play it. This guy, Mechalani or whatever it's called, or something like that. He's good. You know, just banish their rats or there's any of their zoo stuff, so it's good.
It's funny. I was looking at his card image yesterday, and I'm like, wow, he has a really tiny head.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay. Weird. And then Purgatrio. This card's decent. It's, obviously good against Infernoid. That's really the only reason it's there. And then your auto win against Paleo because they literally can't get over this card. It's too big and it can't be targeted. So it's like this is pretty much GG against Paleo. For the rank 5s, that might sound weird to some people, but I like playing a couple of rank 5s because they come up. This one comes up quite often. This actually won me hella games one time. Because you can just like if you're in a really tight spot and you're like basically just about to win and you need to hold your opponent off for one more turn, you can play these back your own call, set up the next turn, and set yourself up for another artifact on your next turn, so you can just stop them again.
Well, the other thing too is, you play artifacts or Durandals you kind of need to play it in the first place.
Yeah, definitely. It is a little hard to make since it requires lights, but it does come up. And then the Durandal because you can use it with the level 5 guy or whatever. Yep. And it's a pretty decent card because if your opponent has a ball in hand, because pretty much every deck searches, you can just use his effect, make him shuffle back all his cards and draw a new hand basically.
Yeah.
Or if you have some set artifacts, which really sucks if you hard draw them, you can just make them destroy your back rows and you plus. Yeah. And then for all the synchros, basically 2 Clearwing. I don't play the level 7 synchro for the Windwitch. I don't like it because the last thing you want to happen is for it to get Ghost Ogre whenever you use this effect to burn. And honestly, the burn isn't even that relevant. I never even used the burn effect for the Glass Bell because you don't want it to get Ghost Ogred. So.
But isn't that
2 of these guys, and you can make a second one if you hard draw, another Windwitch or whatever. Yeah. So after you make the Crystal Wing and somehow they manage, if they kaiju the Crystal Wing, you can just make a second one or something and sit on that. It's still a good card, but it's not as good as Crystal Wing. And then the Crystal Wing, obviously.
Yeah.
And then this was super MVP one day, believe it or not.
Sometimes you got to go OG.
No, yeah, it brought me back, and my opponent, whenever I was playing in locals, we were in time of round. Or of game 3, and I top decked a Ghost Ogre, and I had a Raijin on board, or I don't know, it was something random. I can't remember what it was, but I had a level 5 on board, and I made this and just kept poking him because obviously he didn't want to Twin Twisters or Regeki or anything. So it was funny, and that's it for the extra deck. The side deck, the extra Ghost Ogre. Like I said, I'd cut this for Ghost Dash in a heartbeat.
Still comes in handy though.
It comes in handy. It's still good. It's still a great card. 3 Lancia for grass decks.
It's the fact that it doesn't target too. Also, just really, really makes that card really good.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then kind Kaijus.
Of course.
Yeah, Kaijus and then the Slumbers to go with them.
2017 deck, almost every deck's citing the Kaijus.
They're either siding it or maining it.
Maining it.
Yeah.
It's just an engine that's not going to die unless they hit the other two.
Because these are absolutely crucial in the true Draco match because you just need to get rid of Masterpiece. Masterpiece is a problem. And then the third Twin Twisters would be a Cosmic Cyclone if I had them. 2 Typhoons for Metal Foes. And then the Anti-Spell and Imperial Order for going first against pretty much anything that plays spells. So yeah, guys, that's the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to hit up Trevor. We're gonna put up some more IRL duel videos and some other cool stuff, and stick around for some other cool shenanigans we're gonna do on the channel. So thanks for watching, guys.